Hello. Welcome to the channel. My name is Dylan Digital. I'm going to be going over how fake job seekers are stealing remote jobs. This is a video from CNBC. Wanted to check it out because it relates to job hunting, and I like some of their videos. So let's react. Let's press start on this. See what in the world is going on with this. It's probably some use of AI in a sense. So let's see.
Watch closely this video interview between a hiring manager at Vidoc Security Lab and a job candidate.
Can you take your hand and put it like in front of your face to like cover it partially?
You saw that? You saw that eye twitch on his side, on the job seeker side.
You're using some kind of software.
The applicant is hiding his true identity by using a deepfake AI filter.
Something was really off. I wanted to have a proof that he was a real person or not. And
Whoa.
The first thing that came to my mind was, let's put your hand in front of your face. Because I knew AI tools that change your face, like Snapchat filters, they won't work when you partially occlude the face. I asked him to do it, and he knew that the filter would break, and he didn't do it. At this point, I was like 100% sure that he was trying to trick me.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
As AI technology rapidly
Whoa.
evolves, fake AI-generated job candidate profiles are undermining the hiring process.
See, like we're in a new age of looking for work now, right? We've gotten to the point where some people are using these deep fakes just for hiring practices, just to get a job. And I'm like, why don't you just use your skills, man? Like, what are you doing? Ooh-wee. Let's see what else, man.
Research and advisory firm Gartner predicts that by 2028, 1 in 4 job candidates worldwide will be fake.
Deepfake
Whoa.
candidates are infiltrating the job market at a crazy, unprecedented rate.
They are real people seeking jobs, but they take on a different persona when they come on screen, and that is enabled by deepfake technology.
It's very, very simple. Right now, to deepfake yourself, all you need is either a static image of you and few seconds of audio.
So
Yeah.
we're seeing the rise of fake.
I'm already seeing some tools. I think there's this one AI tool. Man, I forgot the name of it. Luke Matthews kind of shared it on his LinkedIn. If you don't know who Luke Matthews is, go follow him on LinkedIn. If you want to learn about how to write better with AI, he's your man. But anyway, he basically shared something where he kind of put this kind of profile of him talking. A lot of people could kind of tell that, yeah, this is an AI fake kind of thing. And he was like kind of talking about this tool, but quite honestly, it's only going to get better. That's the scary thing. And I feel like we're going to go back to the olden days of inviting people in for an interview. Like, I'm a recruiter. Like, I do this stuff in my real life, right? And I haven't came across any deep fakes, thank God, but still, it's happening. It's happening.
Candidates taking on jobs in organizations in United States, European Union, and UK. These candidates take on roles using deepfake powered technology and forged identity documents. This is of huge national security concern for us, and we need to take it seriously.
Right now, across multiple job postings, because we are trying to understand the problem more.
That's a horrible
we're
resume.
finding that 16.8% of applicants turn out to be fake. What that
Whoa.
means is 1 out of every 6 applicants that applies for a job in your
It's
company
fake.
is a fake candidate. They either have a fake resume or a fake LinkedIn profile. The places that they've worked in are fake, or
You see, now the LinkedIn profile is so easy to kind of combat when it comes to being a fake. You could check how many followers they have. You could check their activity. Like, if these recruiters are just going on there and just taking it at face value, then they're not good recruiters. I'm just going to say it. So yeah, man, you got to put on your detective hat when it comes to these kind of things. Do your due diligence as a recruiter anyway.
they're applying from North Korea, or they're trying to misrepresent themselves in some sort of way.
Here's how deepfake job seekers are infiltrating the labor market.
The rise of fake job seekers powered by deepfake technology is directly correlated to the rise of remote working, which kicked off during the pandemic. And at that time, we had no option but to work remotely and therefore hire remotely. So, on a positive side, it opened up a whole different pool of candidates which was otherwise previously not available
But
to
isn't
organizations.
a lot of
Now,
places
the
going
negative
back
side
to
is
in
that
office,
then
at
people
least
could
hybrid?
take on a fake persona and take on a job which would otherwise have not been available to them for different reasons, either because they are from sanctioned nations or because they need sponsorship and visa or because they were in a different time zone.
Although corporate America is gradually returning to pre-pandemic work policies,
See?
remote and
Yeah.
hybrid job postings remain well above pre-pandemic levels.
Ooh, that's interesting. That's good to know that the amount of remote jobs are still going up there. I mean, work is awesome. Hybrid is not bad, but still, if you do remote, you can have more time to sleep in, more time to spend with your family. It's good, man. It's good, but you just, with great power comes great responsibility. So,
Companies continue to rely on virtual, non-in-person interviews because A, they can interview a lot of people that are not immediately in the same location. It's easier for scheduling a lot of times. And it is probably true that it's lower cost to have somebody talk virtually than to have them come in person.
But the shift to virtual interviews has also opened the door to new risks.
Remote jobs unlocked the possibility of tricking companies into hiring fake candidates.
This is absolutely a pattern that is linked to remote job trends. And the first thing that these candidates ask about is, am I going to be remote? Let's face it, if you're a fraudulent candidate, you can't show up to the office every day.
Approximately
I mean, it goes. I understand her statement. That's true. I'm not arguing against it, but it goes both ways, right? Because there's a lot of fake jobs out there. A lot of fake jobs, especially with the power of this AI, man. It's just, you could fake almost anything if you don't know how to do your due diligence and look for the things that's off.
17% of U.S. hiring managers have encountered candidates using deepfake technology during video interviews, according to a survey from software platform Resume Genius. They asked 1,000 hiring managers across the United States.
When you hire a fake worker, they can gain access to the servers that contain sensitive data, and also the person will be able to steal data from the company. So the person will be able to probably talk with other people and try exfiltrating data from them.
Once this individual comes into the
I wonder how it's the
organization,
onboarding
they are
process for
then
some of these
quite likely
places.
writing malicious code or vulnerable code, which means they are leaving the
You
door
know?
open for other types of fraud to happen to this company.
Deepfake scams have already cost companies millions of dollars worldwide, and the threat is only growing.
Wait, that doesn't make. But yeah, what about the onboarding practices of these places? Like, you still have to go through the background check, reference check. Like, I mean, whoever's doing the deep fake could probably fake almost all of that, but you can't. I don't think you could fake a social for your background, right?
AI-generated fraud, including tactics like deepfakes, could cost the U.S. financial sector up to $40 billion by 2027, up from $12.3 billion in 2023.
A lot of these deepfake candidates are just looking for paychecks. And sometimes they're looking for just one or two paychecks. And so that's the most simple risk.
And then in other cases, they're remaining on the books, earning money over time, and sending that money back to wherever is the crime syndicate that they're connected to.
Fraudulent job seekers can originate from anywhere. Fake candidates linked to North Korea have drawn significant headlines in recent months. In May 2024, the Justice Department alleged that more than 300 U.S. companies had unknowingly hired imposters with ties to North Korea for remote IT roles,
Wow.
sending at least $6.8 million in earnings to the North Korean regime. The workers allegedly used stolen American identities to apply for remote jobs and employed virtual networks and other techniques.
And we
to
tie
conceal
back
their
into
true
politics.
location. In the same year, cybersecurity company KnowBe4 revealed that it also inadvertently hired a North Korean IT worker using a stolen U.S. identity.
He had a really good resume. We also asked them to submit credentials so that we could go through a background verification.
Okay.
Initial phone interviews went really well. We went through a couple interviews, sent him a laptop, and within 10, 15 minutes of him turning on the laptop, IT security reached out to them to find out, hey, what's going on? You're supposed to be a new employee turning on a laptop, and it looks like we're detecting some sort of a password-stealing Trojan trying to be installed. That person made up a bunch of weird excuses that didn't make any sense. And so I think within 31 minutes, we had already locked down that laptop so they couldn't do anything. It was a pretty quick response.
The biggest improvements I worked on was like optimizing the transaction.
Voice authentication startup Pindrop Security recently caught a deepfake job candidate they nicknamed Ivan X, who was located in Russia near the North Korean border.
So I've been a full stack engineer for 11 years.
In the case of Ivan, he was perpetrating to be from US and in one case in Europe. In both of these cases, he was not in US or Ukraine. When we actually tracked where he was from Karbush region in Russia, which is very close to North Korea, but it's not yet North Korea. We've identified other deepfake candidates from North Korea itself, but Ivan himself was from that Karbush region. He wasn't from the US like he was perpetrating to be.
This is
Pindrop
wild.
candidates it sees, one
This
in
is wild.
3 is linked to North Korea.
They're just gonna have tools just to combat this, honestly.
So when we hire fake candidates which are from sanctioned nation, it becomes a national security concern, because once these individuals are in an organization, they are taking that salary and funding activities back in those nations, and those activities can be illicit as well. So inadvertently, we are funding illicit activities in sanctioned nations. The second
it gets
is
nutty,
that
man.
When they
It gets crazy.
poison the algorithms, when there is an adversarial AI attack within the organization by this fake employee, our algorithms create outputs which are not intended to, and that can be malicious output. They can be racial, they can be segregating and causing a societal divide in our countries, etc. So without realizing, we are becoming a problem for social disruption, which is also a national security concern.
And that, and a lot of these people are from, Russia, North Korea, China, Pakistan, and it's unfair to the people that actually have the skills that wants to apply to these jobs. It's, we're things are getting wild, people. I hope you have your third eye open, paying attention to this stuff, trying to see how you can navigate through it. We're in wild times, and it's only going to get wilder. What's
With
next?
the number of fake job candidates on the rise, concerns are growing about their impact on remote hiring and corporate recruitment practices.
If this trend continues and if we will experience more and more fake candidates, every company that is hiring remotely will need to adjust their hiring processes. And probably they will have to switch to the offline interviews as if it was before the COVID. And only after the offline interviews, they will be able to hire the person to work for them remotely. It's expensive, but it works.
We might.
So how that's going to work? So are you going to maybe we'll just sit in the world where companies invite people for like 2 days, maybe 3 days. Okay, 2 to 3 days to come in, apply for the job, do an in-person interview, and then fly them back to where they that's a lot of money. Yeah, maybe the only people in the final stages of the interview, but that's pretty wild. I don't think that's going to work, Chief.
Also see, unfortunately, biases in hiring, because we might, for the worry of hiring a fake candidate, we might actually see a preference for hiring locally, and therefore having all the interviews in person.
The whole reason you need to worry
It's
about
going to be a lot of local
job seekers is, at the very least, they're making the real employees, potential employees and candidates, not able to get the job, or his job is easy. It can create all kinds of disruption, just making the hiring process longer and more expensive. Potentially you could even be applying for a job and someone's not sure whether you're real or not, and you don't even get that call, and you don't know why you didn't get the call. It was all because perhaps they saw something that made them think that maybe you're a deep fake candidate, even when you weren't.
The worry you have, of course, is just the cost. It's, do employers engage in less hiring, or just spend a lot more time hiring and therefore able to make less hires? Is it much more frustrating, or does it cost more time or resources for candidates to prove they are real? And I think that's the biggest worry in some sense, is that it slows things down so much that people that would normally get jobs without this issue end up not getting them.
It floods the market with
sand in the gears of the
it
process.
slows the process down, and it doesn't make it good for anyone, honestly. All right, so that was my reaction to how fake job seekers are stealing remote jobs from CNBC. Look, man, things are getting wild. As you could obviously see, things are getting wild in this new age of work. So you definitely need to have your third eye open when you're out there, guys. It's with the rise of AI, it's not only taking most entry-level positions, might I add you, it's also making it harder for actual companies who wants to actually hire these people to get hired and do the work, right? So it slows down everything. So the best way you could combat this, be smart, be active on LinkedIn, make sure you have your updated resume and show that you're actually doing stuff in real time, right? Sooner or later, they're going to have like different tools to combat this. I know that there's going to be someone out there going to be like, okay, here's a product that could actually show that this person's real and stuff like that. You could see in the video that they had the real person had the green with the box and stuff, and the fake person with the red box and stuff. So the tools is already out there, but just be smart. Just be smart. All right. Go show CNBC some love. I'm going to put a link to this video in the description. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next level. Later.